Hi guys, it's Wednesday and today is Guilty Pleasure Day on Waxing On. And again we're looking at Christmas music. Tell from my backdrop. In the mid to the late 90s into the early 2000s, Rosie O'Donnell had a TV variety show, basically a talk show. And one of the things I liked best about that show was she featured a lot of musicians, a lot of people I'd never heard of, and a lot of people I never would have heard of if it hadn't been for her TV show. And that was one of the highlights of the program for me, was all the music that was actually part of it. And there was Broadway, there was rock, there was a lot of variety in what she presented. And near the end of the 1990s, going into early 2000s, Rosie decided to put together some Christmas albums. Now, the Christmas albums featured people she'd had on the show or just people she admired. Some of the songs included duets with her and another person. Some of them were just solo performances by the artist. Now, two of the albums, and I believe there was only two that came out. First one, a Rosie Christmas. And to give you some idea of who she had listed for this one, we've got people like Celine Dion, Cher, Trisha Yearwood, Billy Joel, Lauryn Hill, Gloria Estefan, Elton John, NSYNC, Rosemary Clooney, Donny Osmond, and Billy Porter. And there's quite a variety of songs on here. Some traditional Christmas songs, some that are a little more lighthearted and they'd done just for the album. Again, if you've been watching this show for some time, you would know there's a lot of names on here of people that I would not normally listen to. It's no secret I'm not listening to a lot of the current music. I really don't listen to AM radio that much or even FM to know what's going on now. I seem to have, the music I like from a certain era that I like. So a lot of these were brand new to me. She came out the next year with another Rosie Christmas. And this one, here's what we've got on there. We got Jessica Simpson, Smash Mouth, Macy Gray, who I saw on the show for the first time, and I'll tell you, I really enjoyed her and got a few albums afterwards. The Dixie Chicks, Jewel, Ricky Martin, Destiny's Child, Linda Eder from Broadway. And again, the first time I had ever seen her, and my wife seen her on the Rosie show, we were so taken, we bought her Christmas album, we bought a couple of other albums, but there would have been no way we would ever heard of her if it hadn't been for Rosie introducing us to her. So that was kind of a nice surprise there. She's on here. We got Billy Gilliam, Mark Anthony, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Donna Summer, and Barry Manilow. So you can see she's got quite a cross-section of people that jumped on board to work on these Christmas albums for her. And again, a lot of songs that are very traditional and some that are a little more lighthearted and just for the album, with Rosie joining in with a few of the groups. Certainly Dixie Chicks is one that's a little more lighthearted and less serious. Now, both of these albums, they are great. These have been mainstays of my family's listening since they came out. We listened to them every year. I carried them in the car with me all the time. Out of all the albums we listened to, these are probably the two most popular. And I think it's because we have such a nice variety in there. There's something for everyone. But it's just the way they put them together. So I put it under Guilty Pleasures because, I mean, I hate to say it's the Rosie albums that I enjoy the most, but certainly the Rosie albums that we listen to a lot. And if you get a chance, check them out. You might be pleasantly surprised with what comes out and what you get to hear on these albums by some of the performers that you wouldn't normally expect to be doing Christmas music. Anyways, that's it for tonight, or this afternoon. We'll see you on Friday when we're looking at another big band crooner and his Christmas offerings. Everybody have a great rest of your week. We'll see you then.